Hi, my name is Dave with Rosin Technologies, and today we'll be going over the installation of the two-stage pressure control system.
Here is a list of the tools required.
11/16 deep socket along with a ratchet, 11/16 open-end wrench, 13/16 open-end wrench, 3/16 Allen wrench, a ruler, and a pair of scissors. First, use the 11/16 deep socket to remove the air supply fitting. Next, remove the clear tubing on the regulator to the right. The outer ring will need to be pushed in to remove the tube. Next, remove the regulator bracket using a 3/16 Allen wrench. The short bolts will be discarded and replaced with the longer bolts and nylon standoffs. Now, reinstall the regulator bracket using the longer bolts and nylon standoffs. Now, install the small banjo fitting into the regulator block and reinstall the air supply fitting. Next, reinstall the small clear tubing. Now, remove the tube connecting the regulator to the gold valve on the right side of the press and cut it in half. Insert each half of the clear tubing into the one-way valve and reinstall onto the press. Make sure the arrow is pointing towards the gold four-way valve. Next, remove the clear tubing connecting the gold four-way valve to the air cylinder. Now, remove the top elbow from the gold valve using an 11/16 open-end wrench. Install the large banjo fitting using a 13/16 open-end wrench. Now, reinstall the 90-degree elbow. Next, you can reinstall the tubing connecting to the air cylinder. Now for the button installation. Start by removing the bolts mounting the safety control to the press. Next, slide the button bracket between the safety control and safety control mount. Now reinstall the bolts. Make sure the button is on the left side when looking from the back. Also ensure the twin tubing is not being pinched when tightening these bolts. Next, on the even side of the twin tubing supplied with the kit, cut the green tube 1 inch from the edge. Now, install the second stage pressure gauge onto the green tubing. Insert the 1 inch length that was cut off into the opposite end. Insert the clear section of the twin tubing into the side of the button closest to the press. Insert the green section with the gauge into the side of the button furthest from the press. Make sure all connections are good. Now insert the opposite end of the green tube into the large banjo fitting. Next, bring the clear section of the twin tubing around the back of the press and insert it into the small banjo fitting on the regulator block. Now that the two-stage pressure system is installed, the operator can start the extraction at a low pressure by setting it on the regulator and add a second high pressure stage with the use of the button.